all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is not easy, but it's worth it. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is not easy, but it's worth it. It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is not easy, but it's worth it. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is not easy, but it's worth it. It's all about community. Spirituality is important. PocaSPEAKS. This shit is not easy, but it's worth it. PocaSPEAKS. All right, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, y'all. I hope that everyone is having a fantastic day. Hope that everything is going well for you. I hope that things are progressing for you. If you did not watch the live from yesterday, definitely make sure that you go check that out. Lots of amazing information that was dropped in that live. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my charger because my computer about to die. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Cool beans. Because we can't have that now. Okay, so again, I hope that your day yesterday was amazing. I hope that today is going well for you. I hope that you check. If you have not, make sure that you go and check out the video that we did yesterday. It was a very powerful video and very on point to what's going on and kind of what the energies are doing right now. So I would definitely suggest checking that video out. Now, today we are going to be talking about some of the master tools, okay, when it comes to manifestation. I know a lot of you all have been on this manifestation kick where you're trying to figure out how to properly manifest, what it takes to properly manifest, different methods, different ways, things of that nature. And I know a lot of people, you know, usually struggle with manifestation, but not for the reasons that they think they're struggling. Okay. Sometimes, you know, you guys may think, well, my manifestations are not happening because I'm not supposed to have these things, or spirit must not want me to have it, or it must not be my time, and, you know, all of these other things. Now, sometimes that could be the case. Sometimes you're not supposed to have certain shit, okay? And sometimes it is not your time yet. But also, I'm going to be discussing two main components of manifestation today that a lot of you guys either overlook or it just hasn't been explained in the way that it needs to, okay? So, first off, and most of all, okay, there we go. Shadow work. Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on shadow work because I talk about it all the time. Shadow work is your cheat code to manifestation. If you are not healing, you cannot grow. If you're not growing, how can you manifest other things? Right? It just doesn't make sense. I tell you all the time, the energy that you are using to manifest comes from you. So if your energy is at 1, if your energy is at 0, if your energy is at, -3, then that is the energy that you are at that point putting into your manifestations. So one of the biggest reasons of why your manifestations are not happening the way that you want them to is because the energy that you're using to create, to co-create, to manifest, to call things in is tainted by traumas or past issues, situations, environments, current environments, current issues, current situations, whatever it may be. Okay, so it's very important for you all. Why do it look like I'm looking over there and I'm not? Okay, I don't know. Whatever. This camera be doing its own thing. But it's very important for you all to understand how manifestation works so that way you are able to work it. Okay? Period. Now the biggest thing that Spirit wanted me to go over today was what I call one of the biggest cheat codes to manifestation that sounds super simple, and it is super simple, but for some reason we don't allow ourselves to do it, or we don't prioritize it. Okay? And you probably gonna think I'm gonna say something super, whimsical or, cosmic. No. The cheat code, the number one cheat code to manifestation is imagination. I know. I know. So crazy. You thought I was gonna say you had to have $1 million or something in your pocket, or you had to be healed, or no, babe. You just have to be able to use your imagination. Can you tap into your imagination? If you can tap into your imagination and allow yourself to have a childlike nature when it comes to creation. Hey, everybody just tuning in. When it comes to creation, you can literally create and manifest and attract to you whatever you want at the rate that you want to, with the people you want, everything, all components. But you have to allow your imagination to go to those places. Now, the reason that this becomes an issue for a lot of us goes back and ties back into childhood trauma. A lot of us starting in childhood, that's usually when our dreams started getting shitted on. That's usually when things started to look more and more and more impossible as we got older. And that's because of our environment. It's not because those things were actually impossible. It's just that our environment, a lot of us were raised and have grown around people who didn't have anything for themselves. So they didn't have nothing to give us. They didn't have no inspiration to pass along because they wasn't feeling very inspired. So when I say these two things go hand in hand, you have to go backwards and figure out where you lost your sense of imagination, where you lost your sense of belief in the unknown and the unseen, where you lost your sense of faith, right? If you have a conversation with a 5-year-old and ask them what they want to be when they grow up, they will say the most outrageous things. I want to be a rocket. You want to be the rocket? I want to be the rocket. And in your adult head, because you want to use logic for everything, in your adult brain, you said, you can't be no rocket. That's how quick we kill people's dreams. You can't be no rocket because we're using our logic, right? We know as adults that a rocket is a object, and you can't be an object, right? So we get that. But what that kid is saying is probably, I want to fly rockets, or I want to soar above. I want to be in the sky. I want to do something with the aviation, in the aviation world. I want to fly fighter jets or whatever. But because you allowed your logic to come in, and you allowed your traumas and the way that people killed your dreams, You unintentionally kill that child's dream and make them feel like they don't know what the fuck they talking about and they slow. Not understanding that children may have a different vocabulary than we do because of the fact that they just don't know everything that we know. So that child saying rocket may mean to you a physical object, but to them, something completely beyond the physical. But just that quickly, your trauma, your underlying childhood dreams and goals, how they were smashed, you just smashed that kid's dreams. And we do it so subconsciously, and that's the same way our parents did us. You can't do that. That's gonna be too hard. It's a lot that goes into that. Mama, I want to go to school and be a doctor. You want to be a doctor, but you can't keep that room clean. You want to be a doctor, but you laying around. You want to be a doctor, but you this and you that. That's the type of environments a lot of us came out. So how can you then think that as an adult that still has those traumas and more? Because we got our childhood traumas and things that we're carrying around, and then we become adults and we have a whole new set of traumas and things that we start to, encounter and take with us along our journey. So now we got endless shit that we're carrying around, and at the same time we're trying to create something new. Carrying around all this old stuff, but at the same time trying to create something new. It does not work. It does not work no matter how many times you try to work it, no matter what you try to do. It is not going to work. That's why it doesn't work, because it's not supposed to. It can't. If spirit, like I said yesterday, if spirit was to give you the things that you're manifesting with the energy that you're manifesting it in, are you sure you really want that? Are you sure? I need you to really be sure. If that comes to you the way that it comes to you and you get what you get, are you positive that that's really what you want? Using the energy that you currently have? Probably not. Right? So with the imagination, the first piece of unlocking that imagination is childhood trauma. You need to go back to see what blocked it in the first place. Because imagination starts in childhood. Your imagination don't got nothing to do with your adulthood. That is something that you came into this realm with. Right? And a lot of people think imagination just means, made up shit and fairy tales. No. Everything starts, when it comes to manifestation, everything starts in the spiritual realm. Your mind, your imagination is also the spiritual realm. Right? That's why they say your mentality creates your reality. Because what I think, what I focus on, what I see here is what I'm going to encounter eventually in my life cycle at some point, to some degree, in some way, shape, or form. This is the creative space. This is the creative space. If I want to create a life, I create it here. If I'm thinking about my future self, it's happening here. If I'm thinking about where I want to be in the next 6 months, it's happening here. This is my creative space. This is where I go to create, to be the alchemist, to be the magician, to be the witch or the warlock. And none of those things are negative. Okay? Don't let your Caucasian make you think that those things are negative. You get all that Caucasian hate about you, all that systematic racism. Get it about you, okay? The Salem witch trials was not them killing white witches. It was them killing black women who were very, very heavily spiritual and heavily in tune with the spiritual realm. That's what the fuck that was. Okay? And it had nothing to do with no witches running around trying on broomsticks and shit. Okay? So understanding where, how, and what turns your imagination off is exactly how you can turn it back on. So for me, I had to go back to when I was, I want to say 6 or 7, maybe even 8, I want to say. I had to go back to that place because that's when my imagination started to kind of go down a little bit. It's like a knob. It starts at 100 And then everything that happens kind of turns that motherfucker down just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, until you look and you almost halfway off. Okay, then it almost turns you all the way off. Okay, so I had to go back to those ages because that's where it started for me. That's where things started to happen in my life, and traumas. My first trauma was at 5. But later on in those years, that's when things started to affect me more, and more things started to happen in my environment, thus causing me to become more traumatized, right? So I had to go back and realize and understand that the people who were responsible for me, the people who were put in position to take care of me, to speak to me, to have vibrationally encourage me, help me, all of these things, those people also had no idea who the fuck they was. Those people also are not and have never lived their dream. To this day, some of my, the people who were supposed to be responsible for me have not lived their dream, have not gotten close to their dream. They've settled for something else. They settled for another lifestyle. They settled for doing something else. They're not living in their dreams. They're not living in their truth. A lot of them are not even being wholeheartedly 100% unique to themselves. They're putting on this mask or this facade, or they aren't being true to who they are. They aren't living in their originality. And these are the people that raised me, not just my parents. There were other people who was a part of raising me. So when you go and you look at it, you see, okay, how can somebody who's never done what I want to do teach me, influence me, help me do it? It's not possible. So this is why, and also along with that, just because these people were a part of your environment, just because these people may have birthed you, raised you, whatever it may be, it doesn't mean that they know what's best for you. We all come equipped with our own path within us. We come equipped with our own directions. We come equipped with our own knowledge, wisdom, gifts, all types of things. The people that are responsible for raising us are only responsible for keeping us safe, keeping us fed, keeping us clothed, keeping us, with shelter, and instilling things in us that will help us with the foundation of understanding who we are, tuning in, tapping in, figuring out who we are, and going for it. So they are helping us with our foundation. That's it. They're not here to guide us to our goals. They're not here to tell us if we're going towards the right or wrong goals. They're not here for none of that. They're just here to help you get your foundation together, so that when you get grown, you can continue to build off of that and continue to find out who you are and discover yourself. That's it. That's all. That's our only job. Right? And we give them way too much responsibility when we expect for them to know exactly what we're supposed to be doing with our lives, exactly how we're supposed to be moving with our lives, exactly what we're supposed to be going with our lives. That's not their damn responsibility. And the more that we put the ball in their court and it's not supposed to be there, the more time goes by where we're not operating in our truth and we're not getting closer to doing that. The more time goes by where we are getting even more confused because they're giving us information and we think that it's right information, but really it's not the information for us, right? So you're actually getting further and further and further away from the things that are for you, further and further away from the things that are supposed to be helping you find yourself, right? So let's go back to imagination. The reason why imagination, again, is so powerful is because everything starts, like I said, in the mind. Everything starts in the spiritual realm. And the closest thing to the spiritual realm that you have of this body is the mind. Not saying you don't have other parts that are close, but the closest thing you have is the mind, right? So when you are in bed at night, when you're sitting at your desk, when you're in a car driving, when you're at work, when you're doing whatever you're doing, right? And you go off into these daydreams of your future life. That is creation. In that moment, just what you just simply daydreaming about your future life, you are creating, you are manifesting, you are aligning, you are calling that thing in. just that quickly. It doesn't take for you to be doing all of that extra shit. Like I say, sprinkling cinnamon and rolling around and lemon slices and all of these things. It doesn't require all of that. If you can simply focus your mind on a certain thing that you're trying to manifest, and you do that repetitively, and not only are you repetitively focusing on it and thinking about it and envisioning it in your head, but you're also allowing yourself to feel that vision. So if I'm sitting here and I'm having a vision of me hopping off of a plane, and let's say I've never been on a trip before, I've never got on a plane before, I've never been out the country, right? And I'm like, this year, I don't know how, but I know I'm going out of town. My money may not look like it right now, okay? Life may not be lifing the way that I want it to right now, but I know for sure I'm going the hell out of town. I don't care. I don't even care. I'm going to do it, right? And you sit there and you envision yourself packing your bags, right? You got to envision the whole process. See, a lot of y'all, when you think about imagining things, you only imagine like the main thing. So, in regards to the same situation, you just imagining yourself on the island at the beach, right? That's cool. But if you really want to get into it, start from the beginning. Imagine yourself going shopping to get the things that you need to put in your suitcase. That's how deep into it you gotta get, because that's how we think about other things. If you knew that you had a trip to go to tomorrow, right? What would you be doing? You would be running around getting stuff together, packing a suitcase, all of these things. There's multiple things that go into manifesting what you want, or doing whatever it is that you have to do. And you got to be able to envision yourself doing all of the stages of that thing. So instead of just envisioning myself on the beach, I'm going to envision myself running around shopping so I can get stuff that I need. I'm going to envision myself packing up my clothes. I'm going to envision myself sitting in a chair, in a chair getting my hair done for the trip. I'm going to envision myself in the car or the Uber or however I'm going to get to the airport or the Lyft, right? I'm going to envision myself walking through TSA and having them scan my boarding pass and all of the things. I'm going to envision myself getting on the plane. I'm going to envision myself on the plane taking off, right? And even if you've never done none of these things, who cares? You still can try to envision it to the best of your ability. Because you ultimately don't really know how it's going to go. So it's okay that you can't see it. Just can't see all of it, right? You seeing it here is just helping you create it and helping you shift your energy to be on the same frequency as that very thing by seeing it, feeling it, and believing that you can have it, or knowing that it is already yours and you're just manifesting it, or you're just waiting for it to come to pass. So I'm envisioning myself getting off the plane. I'm envisioning myself going through customs on the other side. I'm envisioning myself, leaving the airport and driving to my hotel or my Airbnb, and then going to the beach and then out. And I'm envisioning nightlife. All of the things, all of the components, right? And not only am I going to play with my imagination, but I'm also want to go get something tangible that I can look at, right? So I'm going to go look at the hotel that I'm supposed to be staying at, and I'm just going to envision myself laying in that hotel bed or laying in that Airbnb bed, right? I'm going to go look at a plane. If I've never been on a plane before, I'm going to go look at one. That way I can really get my visualizations to align and match up with that shit. Prioritize your imagination. There is no dream too big. There's no dream too big. You're the only one that can put a cap on your life. Only you can do that. Nobody else can come in and say, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that, and it's true. No. Only you can do that for yourself. Nobody can stop you from doing nothing. I don't care how bad they want to stop you. They can't. I'm hearing the beginning of the Carter 3. They can't stop me. Even if they stop me. That's what I'm hearing. Right? They can't do nothing to you. They can't stop you from doing anything. The only thing that people can do is plant a seed in your head of negativity. It's up to you to allow that seed to stay planted and to start watering it. That's a you decision. It don't got nothing to do with them. People say shit to me all the time. It go in one ear and not the other. Sometimes it don't even go in one ear because I'm not even listening to the goofy ass shit that you're saying. Right? People want to say things all the time. People want to have opinions all the time. People want to think that you need to do this and you need to do that and you need to act this way and you need to work this type of job and you need to move to this type of state or you need to stay here or you need, like, no, no, no. Where do you see yourself being? That's all that matters. If you see yourself being a multimillionaire, then that's what you see. If you see yourself owning a whole bunch of land and taking care of your family, your friends, and your loved ones, then that's what you see. If you see yourself, building schools or buildings for people to live in or helping out the collective, or whatever, that's what you see. Can't nobody come in and say that that's wrong or that's right or that's whatever. You hold all of the cards and you have to get comfortable, with holding those cards. You have to be comfortable with allowing other people to know you're not listening to them. Hey, I respect your opinion. I respect what you think I should be doing. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I think I'm good with this right here. I appreciate it. Right? I even may take certain things into consideration. But at the end of the day, it's my decision. Whatever I want to do, however I want to move forward, is my decision. And it's all based on how far I can allow my mind to get. Understanding that I'm not the mind. Understanding that the actual physical mind don't got shit on me. The soul is controlling the mind. The soul speaks to the mind and tells the mind what it needs to do. The mind tells the body what we're doing. And that's how we continue on. Okay? Hold on, y'all. I don't know why it's trying to freeze on me. Okay? So all of this is based on you allowing yourself to be free when it comes to your ability to create, when it comes to your ability to believe, when it comes to your ability to imagine. If your imagination skills, if you haven't been using your imagination and your imagination skills a little rusty, go watch a kids movie. Go watch you some kids movies. One of my favorite Disney movies right now is Wish. I don't know if y'all seen Wish. Oh, I love that movie. I love it. It is the cutest, most beautiful, so many jewels, so many gems, so many things dropped in that movie. It is just the best little thing I've ever seen. And that movie specifically talks about wishes. It talks about things that you want to do with your life. And one thing about that movie that, because it's about wishes, but they were giving their wishes to someone else and allowing that person to hold their wish. That was the whole point of the movie, that they were giving their wishes to someone else and they were waiting for that person to come around and grant their wish. And every time they would give their wish away, it would take something from them. They couldn't remember what it was. That was the catch. If you give your wish to the warlock, because that's what that man was, he was a warlock. If you do your wish to this warlock, you forget it. You forget about your wish. You have no idea what it is anymore. You lose all memory of it, and you just gotta hope that one day he grants your particular wish out of all of the other people. And then if he grants it, then cool, you'll live it, you'll remember it. But if not, it's gone forever type shit. Right? And the moral of the story is, when you put your shit in the hands of other people, you lose it. The minute that you invite other people into your wishes, into your creation, into your manifestation, you will lose it. You will lose it. Creation is personal. Creation is private. Creation don't got nothing to do with the people around you. And you don't need to go around making announcements about the things that you're manifesting or the things that you're working on or the goals and the dreams and the visions that you have in your head. Those things are sacred. They're sacred. And once you share them with other people, once you invite other energies into that sacred space, those energies now have an opportunity to either dilute it, destroy it, steal it, confuse you in regards to it. Now you confused about it. You was 100% sure before you started telling all these people. Now you hella confused. You don't know what the hell to do. Because you allow people into that sacred space. When you are in a state of creation, that's when you need to protect yourself the most. That's when you need to be checking your circle the most. That's when you need to be looking around doing weekly inventory. I do daily inventory. Shit, minute by minute. We could be buddy best friends at 8 a.m. and by 10:30 a.m. if you got me fucked up, I'm gonna leave your ass right there at 10:30. I don't give a damn. And you know, that's not easy for everybody. I'm a double Gemini, Sagittarius rising. You know, I got more Gemini in my chart than anything the fuck else. So my sense of detachment and walking away is top tier. I could walk away from some shit and I give zero fucks and I care not one bit. Especially if I know it didn't serve me. What are we talking about, right? But everybody not like that. Some of y'all got a lot of water placements in y'all chart. Some of y'all got a lot of fire placements in y'all chart, right? So with that, you have to learn, what is the best way for me to detach? What is the best way for me to let go? And you need to start doing that. A lot of things take practice. You're not just going to be able to wake up and just start letting go of people. Even me, with all of the stuff that I have in my birth chart, I still didn't just wake up like this. It took me practicing this, doing inventories of my life. And when I seen people meant me no good, I immediately cut that shit. As opposed to years before, when people didn't mean me no good, I may let it go for years. Then, you know, later on down the line, I may let it go for months. Later on down the line, maybe weeks. Later on down the line, days. Now, baby, where you got me fucked up is where you get left at. It don't even matter. But again, practice. You have to keep doing this. You have to keep showing up the same way, you know, not making any excuses for these people. Not making any excuses for these people. Not making any. Zero. Zilch. Nada. If they did it, they did it. If they did it to you, they did it to you. If they made you feel away, they made you feel away. If they disrespect you, they disrespected you. If they shitted on your dreams, they shitted on your dreams. Right? So not only just imagination is important, but protecting your imagination, protecting the things that you're manifesting, making sure that you are not allowing people, places, and things to just come into your space and you know, negatively affect the things that you are actively trying to create for yourself. And the thing about it is, things that we're creating for ourselves not only affect us, it's going to affect my bloodline. It's going to affect my future, you know, my future children. Or even if you don't want to have children, because I know some people don't want to have them, that's fine. But your bloodline is still affected nonetheless. You're not the only person in your family. So don't be selfish. And even if it don't have nothing to do with your family, you are still connected to hundreds of people. Some of y'all thousands of people. Some of y'all millions of people. You just don't know what your life is supposed to do until you start to do the work to figure those things out. Okay? So before I close out, if anyone has any particular questions about manifestation, feel free to comment them in the comments. While you're doing that, if you're doing that, also make sure that you head over to my website, therealPocaSPEAKS.com, and purchase your $8 2024 guide, astrological guide that will give you 100% insight on what to expect for this year, how to capitalize off of this year, how to properly manifest, how to break down what's going on astrologically so that you can take advantage of it. I go over the new moon cycles, the full moon cycles. I go over the retrogrades. I go over each zodiac. And then I give you the entire forecast for the whole year. So you literally know what the energy will be for the entire year. And that way you can use it to your advantage. Okay? Other than that, all other services are available on my website. If you need any consultations, if you need any readings, personal readings, I'm still doing readings. I do have a mix and match special that is still available where you can pick one reading, one consultation, and one mentorship course. Okay, you get all three of those things for only $111. All right, only $111, and you get to pick one of the three. You also have the option at checkout to pay via payment plan. Okay, so if you are interested in that option, then definitely head over to the website, check it out. It is on the home page, so once you go on the home page, you just scroll down, you should be able to see it. I know this video wasn't super long today. Spirit said it didn't have to be. I also want you guys to take advantage. We did just have a new moon yesterday in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Okay, Venus is the planet of love. It is the planet of beauty. It is the planet of luxury. Okay, so this is a perfect new moon to really map out the way that you want your life to look. Okay, if you want to have success, if you want to have fortune, if you want to have wealth, if you want to be effective in your life, if you want to, do things for your community, whatever it is that you want to do, write it all down. Sit outside, get you some grounding in, and really write down the things that you want to do and the way that you want this year to go for you, the way you want it to look. And then just sit back and kind of just allow things to happen, right? The thing about manifestation as well, and I'm going to say this before we get off of here, so that you guys can watch it from the beginning. The thing about manifestation is it's not just about the imagination. It's not just about the healing. Like, all of that is good, but you also have to be listening to your intuition after. So when I start doing my manifestations and I'm doing all of the work and I'm doing all of the things, now I put all of this out into the atmosphere, letting spirit and the universe know that this is what I want, this is what I expect to receive. I'm happy in advance. I'm grateful in advance. Gratitude is also very important. You need to be grateful. The whole time you're imagining whatever you're imagining, you need to have an attitude of gratitude, acting as if you already have it, whatever the case is. But after all of that, you need to be tuned in. When I say dialed in, the same way I was checking Kendrick Lamar YouTube every second to see if he dropped a new diss. Because why he get us addicted to him like that, and then he just left us with they not like us. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But after you do all of that, you need to be so tuned into your intuition. You need to be so tuned into your intuition, because what your intuition is going to start doing is saying, oh, okay, this is what you want. Does this align with your goals and your dreams and your destiny? Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is what you need to do. Step 1. Because your intuition gives you step by step by step by step by step. Your intuition does not hand you a pamphlet and say this is what's going to happen for the year, and you can just, follow it. No. Your intuition comes in step by step. Once you complete one step, your intuition will come in with the next step, right? So after I envision what I want, after I feel it, after I make it tangible in my mind, if I can picture myself driving the car, I can feel the leather of the steering wheel under my hands. I can see the dashboard. I can see my back seat. I can see all of the things, right? This is if we're manifesting a car. I know the make, the model, the color. I know what the interior looks like, right? Go online. They have the virtual, like if there's a specific car that you like, I know Mercedes does it. You can go to the virtual look of the car, and they will show you like the first person view, like a video game. So it'll actually look like you're sitting in the driver's seat of the car. Do things like that. If it's a house you're trying to manifest, go to the website. They be having the 360 virtual tours on those websites, and they give you a walkthrough of the fucking house. Virtually walk your ass through that house and act like it's yours. Period. Imagine your bed. Imagine your kids' shit laying all over the floor like it is now. That's how deep into it you gotta get. It has to feel like it is your life. If it don't feel like you living it, you're not manifesting right. If when you close your eyes, you don't smell the fresh new car smell, you're not doing it good enough. That's how deep into imagination you gotta allow yourself to get. And you can't go into it with the idea of, oh, this is too big, or this is too much, or this is this and this is like, no, you got to go into it that's why I brought up childhood, because children, they're not scared to dream. They're not afraid I said scared. They're not afraid to dream. They are not, you know, scared or have any fear when it comes to their imagination. They just go for it. They don't give a damn. They'll jump off a 4-story building if you allow them, because they're not scared. And that's how you gotta be. You gotta get to the place where you're not scared to dream. You're not scared to have hope. You're not scared to have faith. And understand that, okay, it may not happen verbatim the way that I'm seeing it, but it's going to happen. I don't give a fuck if it happened verbatim. It's going to happen? Yes. Okay, bet. And you got to take that. And you got to, after that, start paying attention to your intuition. Because after you visualize that whole house and you done walk through it in your head and you can see your furniture and your stuff in it and all these things, the next thing your intuition is going to do is say, all right, bet. Tomorrow I need you to wake up. I need you to get to work on time. I'm like, what the? Why the fuck would I do that? It may not make sense to you. Why would I get to work on time? What does that have to do with me trying to manifest this house? My paycheck gonna be the same. I'm not gonna make more money because I'm there on time, right? But what you don't know is when you get to work on time, there's gonna be a specific customer or a specific person that comes in that may be a fucking real estate agent. What you don't know is if you leave a house on time with the intention of getting to work on time, you might run into some traffic that causes you to have to side swipe to the gas station real quick because you realize your tank was too low to be sitting in traffic. So it made you take a detour to the gas station. And at this gas station, you just so happen to look across the street to a whole new space of development. All new land that they about to build some houses on. And you was just talking about you wanted a new house built from the ground up. And at this particular gas station that you had to stop at because you needed, you left to get to work on time. You had to detour here. And right across the street is a whole new development of land. That's the type of shit that happens. But you don't allow yourself to even think that miracles can miracle like that. And because you don't think that miracles can miracle like that, they don't for you. But they do for other people. I just read a tweet yesterday that somebody, apparently Boosie, was having a asthma attack or something, or someone with his diabetes, something like this. I don't know. And somebody drove like 3 hours to bring him some insulin or something like that. And when they got there, he was trying to pay them and give them some money. And it was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want your money. I'm just doing it because I fuck with you. You know, I respect you. I'm happy for what you did for the rap game and yada, yada, yada. On their way back, they stopped at the gas station to get some gas, bought a scratch-off ticket just off some random shit, and won $10,000. That's the type of shit that can happen if you allow yourself to get out your motherfucking head. If you know anything about Bashar is a Caucasian looking man who basically channels this entity that he says is from another realm that gives information and shit. And I remember when I was first getting into manifestation, this had to be a couple years ago, and getting really, really into manifestation because I started with shadow work. That's why I tell y'all to start with shadow work, because you gotta start. Okay, you gotta start somewhere. And he was talking about how he was giving an example to a lady who was asking about, you know, intuition, manifestation, things of that nature. And he said that, well, there was a woman who said that she really wanted to just travel and get paid to travel and take pictures. That's all she wanted to do, was to get paid and travel and take pictures. And one day she went to an airport just minding her business. Something happened to the effect where the airport basically seen that she took really, really nice photos. She got plugged in with the right people, and now the airport literally puts her on planes to send her to places so that she can take pictures and travel, because that's what the fuck she said she wanted to do. If you don't think it's possible, it won't be. Period. If you can't see it, if you can't feel it, if your intentions are not matching it, if you can't get yourself on an energetic vibration of it, it will never be yours. If you allow everybody to come in and tell you that you can't, or tell you that that's not a good idea, or you should do it like this, You should remix it. You should come at it from another angle. It will never be yours. Now, that's not to say that spirit won't lead you to mentors. That's not to say that spirit won't lead you to people that's going to help you get there. Right? But spirit is never going to lead you to no hater. Spirit is never going to lead you to no hater. We usually lead ourselves to the haters. Okay? Spirit don't never be like, hey, I need you to encounter a hater today. Like, no. Haters are everywhere, right? But we usually lead ourselves to them and invite them into our space, giving them information and all types of things on what we want to do and all of our ideas and stuff. And then we want to act confused when right after we told all of these random ass motherfuckers, things start going left. Come on now. Keep your shit to yourself. We talked about this yesterday. Their demons are not your problem. Go back and watch that video from yesterday. Go back and watch Monday's reading. Go back and watch Friday's reading. Go back and watch all of the readings from last week, all the videos from last week as well. All of this shit goes together. All of it goes together. And like I keep telling y'all, we are 2 weeks at this point, 2.5 weeks maybe, away from May 25th. May 25th, Jupiter, the planet of luck, the planet of expansion, the planet of fortune, the planet of miracles, the planet of abundance, okay, is going into Gemini. Gemini is the sign of intellect. It is a sign of communication. It is a sign of social life, social media, things of that nature. It is the sign of imagination, right? Gemini is literally called the child of the zodiac because of the fact that we have a childlike nature when it comes to learning and when it comes to manifesting. Gemini is also represented by the magician card in the tarot deck because Geminis can create from nothing because they have the ability to manifest beyond and imagine things beyond anybody's wildest dream. There's no boundaries to the mind of a Gemini. So to tap into that energy and for that energy to go into Jupiter, ooh! If you have any mutable signs in your chart, so Gemini being the first, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. If you have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces in your chart, when we cross over into this Gemini energy on May 21st, and then Jupiter goes into Gemini on May 25th, you better act like you know something. Act like you know, y'all. Act like you know. You need to see what houses you may have those signs in. You need to see what planets you may have connected to those signs. If it's in your big three, wherever it is, that's the area of your life that is going to be expanding. Wherever Gemini is, wherever Pisces is, wherever Sagittarius is, wherever Virgo is, are the parts of your life that will be expanding, right? Specifically if you have Gemini placements. Heavy on the Gemini placements and heavy on the Sagittarius placements. Specifically. Those are the heaviest. But it's going to also affect the mutable signs, which will also include Virgo and Pisces. So what's happening right now is this is like the warm-up. This is like the warm-up. This is to see if you can start getting your mind together. Can I start getting my mind to focus on things? Can I start getting my mind to be more imaginative? Can I start getting my mind to see things and imagine and believe and have goals and set things beyond my wildest dreams? Can I start to do that? If you can start doing it now without that energy, baby, when that energy comes, y'all gonna be eating that shit up. And I'm not just talking about manifesting money. This is life-changing, foundation-building type of energy here. This is your whole life going from one way to another way. 180 change, okay? Not 360, because 360 is a circle. That means you just came back around to where you started from. We don't want no 360. We want 180. That means I turned around. Okay? That's a half. Right? That's what the hell we want. We want things to turn around. And this is the energy that is popping off the whole year. That's what y'all got to understand. The first 3 months, that's why I said go back and watch that video that we did last Wednesday. Because the first 3 months of the new year, which is Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, aka April, May, June are your foundation builders. And Spirit is letting you use Jupiter to build your foundation, the planet of expansion, the planet of luck, the planet of good fortune. They're allowing that to come and be a part of your foundation. Man, look, y'all can fake on astrology if you want. You can not go get this ebook if you want. That's only $8. The paperback $10. You could go and not get it if you want. You could go be behind if you want. But the rest of us, we gonna eat. We gonna eat down too. We gonna feast. Because that's what the energy is here for. That's what Spirit is setting us up to do. This is an 8th year. And in this 8th year, in the first 3 months, you get to work with the planet of expansion. The planet of good luck and fortune. And it's going to be in a sign that is all about imagination, manifestation, magician energy, creation energy, intellect, knowledge, social media. Man, listen. Y'all fuck around and find out. Y'all go. Do I need to do a master class to prepare for Jupiter to go into Gemini? Let me know. If I need to do a master class for it, y'all know I'll do it. But don't tell me to do it and then y'all don't really be serious. Because I know I'll do it. Any other classes that y'all feel like y'all need, y'all start letting me know. I don't be knowing the stuff that y'all want to learn. I don't be knowing the stuff that y'all into, the things that y'all want information on. I don't know. I don't be knowing. So the more you let me know, the more you hit me, the more I can help you. All right? So again, light and love to everybody. Again, make sure that you head over to my website to book any services, to buy the ebook or any other spiritual literature that I've created and made. Is also available on my website. Again, that mix and match special is still on my website. You get to pick one reading, one consultation, and one mentorship lesson. And you get all of that for only $111, which is a steal, okay? Because those are 3 services that usually cost, almost $300 separately, okay? So I definitely want you guys to take advantage if you can. There are payment plan options at checkout, so definitely look into that as well. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure that you use this energy of this new moon in Taurus to start manifesting, and putting together what you want your next days to look like, your next years, months, your lifetime to look like even. All right. I will see you guys either tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll definitely be Friday. I may take me a little break tomorrow and kind of do a couple of things. If you see me tomorrow, then cool. If you don't know for sure, I will be back on here on Friday. Again, have an amazing week. Have an amazing day. I love you all. Be safe.